What's poppin', y'all? We found some new information on 6ix9ine, and this is the first time this information is being put out, and it was by academics, and it's regarding 6ix9ine getting a re-up on his record deal. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar or have been under a rock, 6ix9ine's music has been re-blowing up for the past, I would say, 60 days or so, and then he got paid a big bag. Vlad TV, formerly known as DJ Vlad. I don't know if he still goes by DJ Vlad, because academics dropped the DJ academics, and he just goes by academics now. But they did an interview that just went nuclear. It was everywhere, and I think this was perfect synergy between Vlad's style of releasing interviews and the way that the internet works now with media, which is people taking clips and remixing clips and editing clips and all of this other stuff. So there's constantly content for a month plus of 6ix9ine that stays on your feed versus a Big Bank interview, for instance, with Young Thug, where he drops the full interview, but the clips from Young Thug, if it fizzles out after 3 to 4 days. Max, it was 5 days or so that was going on. So there's constantly got to be something new coming out. And with a month plus of content, of clips from 6ix9ine, this interview lasted a month, and 6ix9ine was in front of everybody's face for over a month, partially because of the content or how entertaining it was. But whilst on stage at ComplexCon, academics got brought over there by Complex, he was talking to DDG, and he mentioned that 6ix9ine got a re-up. This was the first time the news was being broken that he got a re-up on his record deal. And I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
In general. What are they talking about back here, bro? I ain't even finna look at these, man.
Man,
they trolling me, y'all.
Nah, production say, yo, the chat jumping. Y'all gotta...
He told me they trolling me. All right, I ain't finna... Hey, chat, I'm not reading y'all, so let it go.
Yo, why they asking about Dub? Yeah, they're roasting Dub on here. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. God damn. All right, okay. Yo, somebody said promote music now. It feels like you're selling. God damn. Nah, but yeah, I'm interested to see how music and like this landscape gonna change. Because I think streaming right now is it's oversaturated.
Think so?
Yeah, I don't think.
So these are two people where it's perfect for them to talk about this. Like academics, obviously very, very tapped in with the music industry and hip hop. DDG has done all three in terms of streaming, interviews, content creation, YouTuber, and musician with a platinum record. I can't believe some people were saying like, yo, DDG, in my IG comment section, somebody was saying, yeah, of course DDG's streaming makes more from streaming than music. He's got no hits. No. DDG's got a hit. Like, let's not pretend that Moonwalking in Calabasas was not a hit. It's like, come on now. Especially when DDG's also got a gold record too, I think. I don't know if he's got 2 platinum records yet, but I know he's got at least a platinum and a gold record, which is more than many successful artists get in their entire career. So we're just going to put that to the side right now. This is very interesting because I don't know if we've ever seen somebody with a clause in their contract that they have to stream as a part of it. And I don't know if 6ix9ine will be able to keep this up, and I don't know if it means 6ix9ine has to stream himself or if 6ix9ine has to appear on a stream, because recently 6ix9ine appeared on Deshae Frost's stream, which is DDG's homeboy. He's part of the Capaholics, and he was a former YouTuber as well. And they did a stream that people found very entertaining. He appeared on Academic's stream, of course, and with Vlad, he just does the interview, and they're filming another interview right now. And he's also been trying to goad Aiden Ross into collaborating with him by trying to pull the whole, like, come on, Aiden, like, just because, like, don't get pulled into the politics of hip-hop because you mess with Young Thug, you think you can't mess with me, like, just do the content. However, I do understand where Aiden Ross is coming from, because 6ix9ine would be likely to diss Young Thug or other people with disrespect on Aiden Ross's stream and put him in a compromising situation. And I think that's why Aiden Ross doesn't want to do anything with him. Now, some people will say, well, he'll do that on Academic's stream. But Academics is just the #1 figure that they can't say like, yo, why are you doing that? They understand him and know that to be his platform. And they know that it's like Messi and he's not loyal to any of these guys other than like Youngboy, right? So he's not going to let people get up on there and diss Youngboy or people that he's friends with. Even 6ix9ine, like, people will make comments and he'll like cast them to the side. But I don't think that 6ix9ine would be an entertaining streaming personality himself. Like, there are certain people that you put them in as a guest, oh, they're going to take over. They're going to kill it. However, if you just have them on their own, it might not be too great. Like, for example, Academics, even in this conversation with DDG, Academics as an interviewer is really not it. And people will say that, like, yo, Vlad, for instance, he interrupts guests a lot. But Academics is so used to monologuing that he will, and he's a great monologuer. Like, the guy can take over a conversation. He can talk for a very, very long time. A lot of the times, like when he appeared on The Breakfast Club, when he appeared on Flagrant, they had like 4-hour plus long podcast, but that's because he's the guest. And of course, you want the guest to talk as much as possible. But even when asking DDG certain questions, he asks the question and then he goes into a long monologue about himself. And then DDG's like, wait, what was the question again? But it just goes to show like the different sides of it. So with 6ix9ine, I don't think 6ix9ine could entertain by himself. Like, he needs to argue back and forth with someone. He needs to play off of someone. Pause on that. And he doesn't have that on his own. And it has to be a character that we know and are familiar with. So I think he's great if he appears with other people. And some people will say, oh, it's because of the streaming that the clips from the interview is why there's been an uptick in his music. But I'm willing to say that wasn't 6ix9ine's music, Gummo in particular, already going viral on TikTok before he did the Vlad interview? I remember at least 15 to 20 days prior, everyone was like reminiscing about 2017 era. And I think that will be a wave for like another year or so, because it's coming up on the 10-year mark. But people were reminiscing on that and saying like, yo, 6ix9ine really had a run. And there were TikTok upon TikTok upon TikTok of people playing Gummo and Kiki and all of these other tracks. So I think that possibly contributed to the percentage raise in streams that 6ix9ine had. I don't know if the interviews did, but this is also another thing, is that 6ix9ine had enough music in his catalog that also triggered some nostalgia for people that they would be willing to listen to it. I don't know if the same thing would apply to a newer artist who's currently making music. Like, do I think people would check it out? Yeah, but I don't know if it's the percentage increase. And they re-upped on his deal, and this is why. If they re-upped on his deal, then it has to be translating to newer music as well, because they're not going to give him a new re-up if only his old music is getting streamed. And they weren't able to make some sort of correlation between the stream and the content, and when I just said stream, I meant live stream, the live streaming and the content that he appeared in the past 60 days, and the streams on the project's music, etc. This is a very unique deal, and hopefully it gets him motivated. But will he be able to stream? That's the thing, because he already had a streaming deal prior with Rumble that Steve Will Do It got him. So when 6ix9ine was completely canceled, nobody was messing with him. Steve Will Do It was messing with him heavy. He was befriending him. He had him in videos. He bought him cars. He got him a bunch of gifts, which somebody needs to do a pocket watch and check on Steve Will Do It. How is that guy richer than ever and still not on YouTube or any platform? Like, is he really eating? Well, it's not is he really eating like that. He is really eating like that. Somebody please tell me how. It keeps me up at night. I can't go to sleep thinking about how Steve Will Do It is so up. Bless his soul, though. He seems like a great guy. So he didn't even stream. He had to stream once a week, I think Steve Will Do It was saying it, and he wouldn't even get on stream. So perhaps his record label is more willing, or is more able to get him to be willing to do these streams. And I think he found the proper window for him to get back into the game, because there's a whole new generation of kids now that do not care about that telling stuff. And 6ix9ine was able to spin the telling stuff in a great way. And the reason why I say old music versus new music is 6ix9ine released a new track. It was called like Facts or something like that. And it's got 3.3 million in 10 days on the music video, which is, I'm not going to say that's bad. And some people will look at numbers from back then and be like, yo, he used to do 3.3 million in a day. I think not. Well, people were saying he was botting back then. So was he botting back then, or is he botting now? But 3.3 million in 10 days is pretty solid. There hasn't been strong promotion for the song itself. It was more so just 6ix9ine getting off on really just the cloud of his name. So that's something to be acknowledged. And then DDG got asked by Academics, would he take a deal like this? And I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
But it's oversaturated. Like, we're in a green room, there's like 15 cameras, everybody's live. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Different,
it's
bro.
oversaturated.
I don't even really like going to parties like that no more, because sometimes, bro, I want to party like a regular person. But now I go to every party, everybody's streaming. So I'm like, damn, I might as well stream. It's like everybody's trying to get into it. I get it, but it's definitely making it harder to grow on that for sure.
Yeah. Oh my God, they going in there. You like when people call you Daryl? They be thinking they be trolling me when they say my real name, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You said Daryl? Nah.
Nigga, they said Daryl's or this, Daryl's or that.
Yeah. That's some of my people in there.
Oh, you got beef on here like that? You beef with Reggie?
Huh? What'd you say?
You beefing?
No.
You don't be
Beefing?
Yeah.
I ain't got no current beefs, no active beefs. All my beefs have been
You and
settled.
Illuminati squash it, right?
Huh?
You and Illuminati squash it, right?
Yeah, that been done.
Oh.
Yeah, nah. All my beefs are done.
Now, I like when y'all call me Livingston. But anyway,
So here DDG's like, yo, these numbers are crazy. I think DDG would do it anyway because it's like, yo, it's a stream a week. DDG's already making music. He's already streaming. So nothing would change in his part of the deal. I do think it could be harmful for a lot of artists because many artists don't want to appear on a stream. It's like you're learning a new skill set. 6ix9ine, that dude is an entertainer. He was always funny. He was always good on camera, and then he just decided to make music. So for him, hopping on camera ain't nothing. But for a lot of artists, they're just focused on making music and rapping, and that's it. And for them to hop on camera, they might be uncomfortable. Like Jay-Z on camera is not good. Ye on camera is great. Jay-Z's more reserved. He's more of a tactical, strategic guy. Jay-Z is for sure more introverted too, because that's why him and Dame got along so well in the beginning, because he had an extroverted guy that was loud, brash, willing to get his music out there and to talk to all of these people. And then once he didn't need Dame anymore, of course, he casted him to the side, and deservedly so. Dame seems like the most insufferable person to be attached to, especially when you have things to lose. But we're not going to get into that conversation. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I think this is a very, very unique deal. I don't know if this has happened before. This might be a first. So 6ix9ine is, breaking boundaries here, and I'm interested to see how it develops and if we get any new 6ix9ine music. But do you guys think that this could work for an artist that's somewhat blown up like in the past 2-3 years, or do you think it has to be somebody like a 6ix9ine where it would go crazy like this? Because there are other rappers from that era. I think this is just a 6ix9ine special deal, because there are rappers from that era like a Ski Mask that do stream now, but while Ski Mask is entertaining and makes great music and has great nostalgia factor as well with the early songs in his catalog, he just doesn't have that presence that 6ix9ine does, and he's not willing to be as messy, because that's a lot of 6ix9ine's content. Wait, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.